The weird world of YouTubers. A world where there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. A world where multi-million empires have been built, and we, the people, to some degree, have put these people on a pedestal. We look up to them, right? But what happens when they're caught in deep controversies that they can't escape? We cancel them. We do away with them, right? Right? Well, absolutely flipping not, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the hypocritical nature of the internet. The example that I will be giving out today is Cody Ko, a successful Viner back in his days who then pivoted to YouTube when Vine shut down and then found more success in his raunchy comedy commentary series That's Cringe alongside Noel Miller. And through this, he has built a massive fan base, and of course, with that type of success, he can tap into various sources of income streams. He was living the life. But all this came crumbling down in May of 2024 when he found himself at the center of a serious controversy, one that went far beyond typical online drama. It all started on an episode of Cancelled, the podcast hosted by internet personality Tana Monju. During a candid moment, Tana claimed that she and Cody Ko had coitus when she was just 17 years old and he was 25.
I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 25.
The alleged incident took place in Florida, where the legal age of consent is 18. If true, this could amount to statutory R-word. If you know, you know. At first, the story did not gain much traction, but things changed dramatically when commentary YouTuber D'Angelo Wallace released a video in July of the same year, calling out Cody Ko directly. Wallace urged Cody and his massive online following to take the allegations seriously instead of brushing them aside.
Alright, Cody, let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a minor. But YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mojo. And you know that people are ignoring this because nobody is working harder to bury the story than you.
The backlash was swift and intense, and in late July of the same year, Cody announced that he will step away from the day-to-day operations of his podcast network, Tiny Meat Gang Studios. Around the same time, he lost over 250,000 subscribers across his channels, and he quietly disappeared from YouTube for several months. I mean, he's cancelled, right? You will think that bro will disappear forever, forgotten, fully cancelled, but no, you're wrong, ladies and gentlemen. He is back. Like he never left, like literally. Actually, he's been back for a hot minute. From what I'm seeing, bro kept on posting videos, never addressed the issue. Like his first video back, you could sense a level of awkwardness and mixed feelings in which was aired in the comments. And this is where I personally feel the audience, or rather the internet, is hypocritical. Because one, they have given him the platform to continue creating, to continue producing content. Let me just land. I want to explain in a minute why I think so. But first, let me read the comments. I don't think I will. Just read them out for yourself. As you have seen from the comments, ladies and gentlemen, people were low-key mad, questioning bro's comeback. But down the line, as he posted more and more videos, it's as if the allegations went through the roof and poof, forgotten. Even with that said, it's not my position to tell people on who to watch and who not to watch, right? This now brings the question, is cancel culture real or is it a facade? From my own point of view, most viewers act as if the controversy never even happened. Comments are back to light-hearted jokes like this one. His video are getting liked, sponsorships are there, and podcast tours are resumed. And don't get me wrong, there are some who will never see the face of the internet again. But in this case, it's an exception if you come to think of it. This speaks to something deeper about the internet's hypocritical nature. It claims to care about accountability, justice, and protecting victims, but only until the outrage stops being entertaining. The cycle is almost predictable. Public scandal, backlash, temporary cancellation, and then quiet forgiveness. Not because the issue is resolved, but because audiences get bored and want new content. In Cody's case, there's been no detailed statement, no apology tour, no real reckoning, yet the platform is still there for him. Views keep coming, and advertisers return. And in the rush to keep scrolling, the very serious nature of the allegations gets overshadowed by the next viral moment. At its core, it shows that internet culture often isn't driven by real accountability, but by spectacle. And when the spectacle fades, so does the demand for answers. In the end, it's not just about one creator, it's about the way online audiences, platforms, and even brands can quickly forget things they once condemned, exposing just how selectively we choose who deserves forgiveness and who doesn't. Giving another example, which is Mr. Beast, I'm pretty sure you know of who Mr. Beast is. He needs no introduction. Who was in a different ballgame compared to that of Cody, but still faced criticism of very grotesque things that happened in and around his circle. Everyone was hating on him, cursing, unsubscribing. The like to dislike ratio was on a high. Even so, unlike Cody, he did address the whole ordeal. But at that point, the damage was already done because bro was too quiet. But after months passing, it's like nothing has ever happened. I mean, it's on the internet, but it's gone like this. Bro went from being called a villain to being called a guardian angel, the modern day Mother Teresa, for the projects that he has done, like helping building schools and providing food, especially in third world or rather developing countries. Not only that, he's also pledged that he wants to stop child labor in and around West African countries where the source of cocoa or cocoa comes from, so that these children can actually get proper education and whatnot. Bro is doing all amazing stuff. But even so, somehow, bro is still getting criticized. I mean, they're not the only people. The likes of Kai Cenat, KSI, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, the top G, if you know, you know. The list is very big. All with different stories, yet the outcome is the same as Cody Ko and Mr. Beast. And that has been it, ladies and gentlemen. If I have provoked your way of thought in any way or form, please do tell me in the comments. And please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really trying to make this a thing. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.